Hi, job seekers. Welcome back to yet another episode of Let's Hear It From, a career podcast where we uncover inspiring career journeys and decode what top leaders and founders really look for in talent. But before we dive into today's conversation with an incredible guest, let me ask you three questions. Have you ever wondered what really drives successful entrepreneurs to leave behind high paying corporate roles and start something directly of their own? Are you trying to figure out how to make your career stand out, not just by what you do, but how you think and grow? And most importantly, are you curious about what kind of mindset can help you adapt, evolve, and thrive in this ever changing world of work? If you have said yes to any of these, then today's episode is definitely for you, because joining with us today is one Mr. Pritam Onsker, who is a serial entrepreneur and co-founder to two startups named Tailor Smart and Brunch Bites. Pritam sir is an alumni of IIM Ahmedabad, holds a master's in management from Pune University, and before stepping into entrepreneurship, he has spent over 22 years in corporate leadership roles across India and APAC. Pritam sir has also been recognized multiple times among the 100 best marketing minds of India and most influential marketing leaders. But what makes his story truly inspiring is his decision in 2021 to leave behind a thriving corporate career and dedicate himself to building two startups, one Tailor Smart, which is focused on sustainable made to measure fashion, and Brunch Bites, which is focused on delivering healthy homely food options that nourish both body and mind. So viewers, without wasting a single second, let's hear it from the horse's mouth. Let's hear it from Pritam Onsker. Pritam ji, we are thrilled to have you here today. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Vijay. It's wonderful to be on your show.
Thanks once again. Pritam ji, I come to the first question very quickly. I come straight to the point. Tailor Smart is one startup which is very intriguing. Me as a founder also, I can understand the uniqueness of Tailor Smart. Tailor Smart is doing definitely something very unique, which is blending sustainability, local employment and technology. Sir, अधिक सांगा टेलर स्मार्ट बद्दल. We are eager to know more about how this idea took shape.
Yeah, so idea took shape when I was a customer first. So what happened is, two of my good friends, Praveen, who comes from a 104-year-old tailoring background. So it's his grandfather's business in tailoring. He himself is a law graduate from Symbiosis Law, but he chose to be with the tradition of the Vausar community, as they call it, and continue with tailoring. So he and Joy, who was part of my team in Airtel, they both started this company. And पहला बकरा किसको बनाने का तो बॉस को, तो they came to me and I became their first customer, one of them. Yeah, one of their first customers. Absolutely. And typically, we all Indians, we have this size issues, right? So when you buy a 40 cush, which fits you perfectly well on your shoulders, but doesn't fit you that well on your tummy. Or if you buy a 42, it fits you well on the tummy, but shoulders drop down. So same issues I had with my trousers, especially. So when I used to go and buy slim fit trousers, वो जब खरीदते थे वो slim fit रहते थे, but the moment you alter the length, they are no more slim fit. Yes. So I got some trousers right from them, and I was pretty happy because they would come, bring the fabric, show us the fabric, make an informed choice from the fabric, and then deliver within 15 days time. So which was a great thing. And then I moved to Singapore, but I was watching closely how they are operating, how many customers they are acquiring, and so on and so forth. So I first got introduced to Tailor Smart in 2014, and then 15 to 17 I was in Singapore. But then I was also advising, helping them to get onto the digital journey and all of that. And then one day, they called me and said that you have helped us so much that we want you to be a part of the company. And then that's where the whole journey started. I had to apply for an external directorship policy within the company. I got it after a year's time, and then we made a fresh registration for the new company somewhere in 2016 December, and we went live in 2017 July, basically. So that's been our journey with Tailor Smart. Yeah.
Yes, that's such an inspiring.
What we do also is very important, very interesting, and I'm sure that you like what we do. is that we
Definitely.
have onboarded tailors. So we've got about 800 plus tailors on our platform. Everybody is very, very much specialized. So there are 100 guys who only do trousers, 100 guys who only do shirts, 200 guys who only do ethnic wear, let's say for men, and so on and so forth. And that's the main core of our business. That took us almost about 4 years to get the right set of tailors on board. And after that, we did the tie-ups with all the fabric manufacturers also parallelly. So what happens now is you go onto the app or the website or any of our other
Yes,
channels
yes, I've
and
been.
book an appointment. Yeah, and book an appointment. The moment you book an appointment, two people will come to your place. One is the master, who is minimum 10 years experience in measuring you, right? Because in tailoring, the guy who measures you doesn't cut the fabric. The guy who cuts the fabric doesn't
Doesn't
stitch it.
measure.
So he's only experienced in measuring, and a young designer who just passed out of the college, because in design schools you're thought of the fashion which is going to be relevant for the next 2 years. So we always hire fresh designers who are in tune with the new fashion.
New fashion,
So
right?
these are the two people who will visit you.
Yes,
They will show you the swatch. Once you see the swatches, you make an
yes.
informed choice. You can feel it also, and that's when you book. You pay 100% in advance, with our promise that till the time you get the fit right, we will keep doing the alterations for you for free.
Wow.
And then we deliver it within 15 to 20 days, depending on what the outfit is. So that's the whole journey of a Tailor Smart customer in some sense. And
Wow.
because we are a slow fashion, we call ourselves a slow fashion brand. So naturally, we are sustainable, right?
Wow.
Because a lot of people don't know this fact, that after oil and gas, which is the biggest polluter in the world, it is apparel and textile, which is the second largest polluter in the world,
Ooh,
and nobody is doing anything
anything. Right.
structured, for this. So we thought that first step is actually to get into slow fashion and
Right.
kick off the fast fashion. And I have nothing against the fast fashion, but the fact remains that somewhere, we tend to buy more things than you actually need. But when it's slow fashion, you basically tend to buy only things that you need, right? So
Correct.
that's what we
Absolutely.
do. And
You.
then and then we also do old clothes collection drives in corporates. Recently, we did one in Suzlon. Last year, we had done it in Honeywell and Zensar. And the old clothes that we collected, we donated to about 200 families in Tadoba Tiger Reserves in Nagpur.
Oh, I see. Such an
So this is
amazing.
how we have stitched it together.
Yes, such an amazing and inspiring journey. I quickly move on to the next question, Pritam ji. You are running two different businesses. Different means literally दोन वेगवेगळे टोक आहेत. One is fashion, which you have just now mentioned, and the other is food. So, what do you look for in candidates across such varied industries? So, what are the things like you feel this is the right candidate? ते कुठले qualities आहेत जे तुम्हाला जे तुम्ही ठरवता he is the best candidate.
So one of the things is that I purposely don't look for domain knowledge, okay? Because I have a firm belief that domain knowledge is something that can be acquired in the journey, right? I don't want my person necessarily to be a fashion designer to do all sorts of jobs that we do here. Yes, there is a fashion designer job which is particularly there for fashion designers, which I just explained to you, right? The two people
Right.
that go, one of them is a fashion designer. That I understand. But there are many roles in our organization where we don't look for domain knowledge. What we look for is the guy curious enough, or is the girl curious enough, curious to learn.
Oh,
When we hire people, we make sure that we send them all the material that we have so that they know about Tailor Smart. Yet, candidate come and start comparing us with Mintra. They start asking us about percentage return. I said, boss, when you're going and measuring somebody, taking 100% money in advance, the number of returns will be zero, right? I mean, it can't
right.
be anything more than zero. So people, unfortunately, they go probably by the name or this what they see elsewhere, maybe on social media and things like that. But I think there's a need for candidate to dive deeper, understand each business well, show that
Correct.
curiosity to a recruiter, and that is when I think you will get that job. So for me, first is curiosity and willingness to learn. Second is, I think, the need. There are so many
Right.
people who are really needy of a job. So, and that's the
Yes.
reason why we built Tailor Smart, because right now 800 people that we have on the
Mm.
platform, 50% of them are women who work from home, who are doing embroideries from
Mm.
home, etc. So they are the needy ones, and they really, put their heart into what they do and give a great result. So I think only two things that I look for. One is curiosity to learn
Correct.
and dive deeper into the business, and second is of course the fact that they have to be needy.
करेक्ट. सच अ वाईज आन्सर. सर, ह्याच प्रश्नाला अजून एक स्टेप आय वॉन्ट टू टेक यू डीप इन टू इट, बिकॉज यू हॅव आन्सर्ड इट व्हेरी वेल. जॉब सिकर्स इज वन व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट lesson what we have learned today. Sir, what are the qualities, I think you have mentioned, like curiosity, but then mindset, what catches you instantly during interviews, especially for early stage or entry level jobs, ते जे क्वालिटीज असतात, ड्युरिंग इंटरव्ह्यूज, म्हणजे अजून थोडंसं मी तुम्हाला पुढे घेऊन जातो सर याच प्रश्नाकडे.
Sure. So I think interview जेव्हा कोणी येतो, one of the things that I look for is, are they able to tell their story? So the simple questions we ask is, what's your family background? What's your education? These are the basic things that any interviewer will ask. So when you're doing a first level interview, these are basically the normal questions that come to you.
Mm-hmm.
But how effectively you are able to answer it, right? You don't have to create a sob story. I mean, you may create a very happy story for yourself. There is no problem with that. But you have to be able to tell a story. Every life is a story. So basically,
Right.
when you're getting those 15-20 minutes with let's say our HR head or with me or whoever it is, I mean, you have to make the most of it by telling a good story. That's the eye-catching element of everything. आणि आमच्याकडे कसं आहे की लँग्वेज इज नॉट अ बॅरियर. यू कॅन कम अँड टेल युअर स्टोरी इन हिंदी, इन इंग्लिश, इन मराठी. इफ आय गो टू गोवा, इन कोंकणी, नो प्रॉब्लेम विथ दॅट. पण यू शुड बी एबल टू टेल युअर स्टोरी. हा, आणि असंही नाही, लोकांना काय वाटतं माहिती का, सेल्स मध्ये आहे तर मला चांगलं बोलता आलं पाहिजे. नो, सॉरी, दॅट डोंट इज आवर ओन. नाव एन HR हेड or an admin person or somebody who's doing
ऑपरेशन्स, अकाउंट्स. येस.
सगळ्यांना स्टोरी सांगता आली पाहिजे.
स्टोरी सांगता आलं पाहिजे.
आपण कोण आहोत and who we are is very, very important, right? Because now you're telling your story, tomorrow you're going to tell the Tailor Smart story.
Correct.
So who Tailor Smart is? So that's the one important thing that we look at.
सर, इतकं महत्वाचं तुम्ही बोलला. सो व्ह्युअर्स, जॉब सिकर स्टोरी टेलिंग इज नॉट लिमिटेड ओनली टू फाउंडर्स हु आर पिचिंग देअर पिच डेक प्रेझेंटेशन. इट इज ऑल्सो इम्पॉर्टंट फॉर जॉब सिकर्स ऑल्सो. विथ दिस आई क्विकली मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. सर, व्हॉट इज युअर ॲडवाइस वुड यू लाईक टू गिव्ह टू जॉब सिकर्स हु वॉन्ट टू वर्क in a dynamic ecosystem like startups but lack prior experience from the startup ecosystem?
Fantastic. So I think we to prefer people without any prior experience, but I will give you a general answer now. Any job seeker, whether with experience or no experience, I have my own funda. I say that you have to, at the bottom of the pyramid, you have to spend at least 3 years. That's a logic I माझं स्वतःचं. Okay. Why? Because first year goes in learning, second year goes in implementing, and third year is the only year actually where you start becoming useful to your organization. That is how the whole structure is placed for anybody who starts from bottom up. So my suggestion is, in the first 3 years, don't look for money alone. I mean, you look for money. I'm not saying money is required to run your family and everything else, but that should not be your deciding criteria to get a job when you're starting a career. Career मध्ये पहिला जॉब तुमचा असा असला पाहिजे ज्याच्यात तुम्हाला फर्स्ट 3 years you should be able to get to learn the most of the things and not just in one function or one role. See how many roles, how many functions you can cut across, which can give you that exposure to be more relevant first to the company and then to yourself. Second question, which I think every job seeker should know, is that to put yourself last. Last in the sense you come third in the thinking, in the mindset. So first comes your company, right? Whatever you're doing, ask yourself, is this going to benefit my company? Yes or no?
Oh,
Second thing, you have to ask yourself, is it going to benefit my team or a function that I belong to? And finally, it's going to come to you when you say that, okay, is it going to benefit me? If you have this hierarchy and thought process clear in your mind, you will never go wrong. You can never go wrong. So this is what I tell all the youngsters that I meet in colleges that पहले पैसे के पीछे मत भागो. लोगों को लगता है कि unfortunately the thought process has become such that I've spent 6 lakhs in doing my MBA, so I must get a 7 lakhs job.
yes.
Or I must get a
Just
10 lakh
because,
job.
right. Absolutely.
That you will never ever learn like that. And I've seen people who have taken high-paying jobs, and they are surprised with this thing. The company shut in 1 year.
In 1 year, right.
And then in that 1 year, they hardly did anything. So, knowledge is never.
Yes.
वो पैसे कमाए थे वो शायद निकल भी गए, but knowledge अगर acquire करते, so
1 year wasted. Yes.
1 year would have been useful.
Yes, such an apt and an insightful answer. I quickly move on to the next question. Sir, this is basically on your company cultures. My question is very specific over here. Sir, how do you maintain a positive performance-driven work culture across your teams? Like you have just mentioned, you have got 800 plus, tailors, and other stuff also. So what's your secret to this success? How do you maintain a positive performance-driven work culture, in your companies?
Sir, first thing there is ownership, right? I mean, if everybody in the team doesn't feel the ownership for Tailor Smart, you can never maintain the culture. Never. Because I've heard my boss once say that culture eats strategy for breakfast. He had also found it somewhere, and I don't really know who said it. Partly for that. And that's a reality, right? What is the culture that you build? It has to be a culture of ownership. Everybody feels responsible for Tailor Smart, in whatever they do. Even my runners are the ones who actually pick up fabric from the distributor's place and deliver it to some tailor, or pick up from the tailor's place, deliver it to the trial rooms, etc. So even those guys feel connected with Tailor Smart. They feel the ownership of owning a brand like Tailor Smart, because they are doing something that nobody else is doing. When they see around themselves how many companies are there which are doing the same thing as Tailor Smart is doing, so they feel the connect, they feel the ownership, and that is the only way to create culture in the organization.
Correct.
By empowering people and making them responsible or owners of what they do for the company.
Yes, and it basically motivates them to work for also. Sir, coming back to this, recruitment and hiring question once again, many candidates do get rejected, and most of them are unaware why they got rejected. Somewhere or the other, they are making some subtle mistakes during this hiring or this interview process. So from your point of view, what's that one red flag you believe job seekers should avoid during hiring conversations?
Sir, mostly people know why they got rejected, but at least the candidate.
Hey, HR nahi, hey, this is a founder's answer.
They won't tell you.
Yes,
they won't tell you, but they in their heart they know कि boss मैं क्यों reject हुआ, But I think the first thing which is the biggest downer for me has been so far in my experience, not just here but even in my corporate life, where I've hired so many people. But that somebody just comes and says कि boss salary कितनी?
Whatless mala. Yes, that's a common mistake. Correct. Yes. Bola sir, bola. Yes.
Salary कितना? I said, boss, have you gone through what the job profile is? Do you have any doubts on what the job? Do you even think that you'll be relevant for this job? You are assuming that you already got the job and you're asking what the salary package will be. And then I say, boss, I had given you the range of salary as well. Right? When I give a job description, there is a range that is mentioned, at least for the entry level roles, because otherwise you don't get the gap. So then why do you come and ask me for a salary? So that's the biggest downer, at least personally, When people just come and not knowing this thing, they just come and ask for salary kitna doge. So it's
Yes.
not like a car which says that mileage kitna doge, but
Right.
that's
This
how
is
it is. I mean,
So,
yeah.
job seekers, let me take this opportunity. It's not only we have already completed 25 plus episodes. Most of the HR managers and employers have already said this. Ki please don't start your interview with salaries. It's a complete put off. Yes, you will get a very good salary as per your wishes, but what you bring value to the table is also more important. Sir, with this, I move on to the next
And I'll
question.
just add to
Yes,
that,
yes, yes, sir.
one more downer which is always there is there boss इसमें traveling तो involved नहीं है ना मुझे पुणे छोड़ के बाहर तो नहीं जाना पड़ेगा. So now this is another downer. Now we are in a global environment. I mean,
Correct.
there cannot be a company that can be built which doesn't travel out of the city, right? I mean, at least we are a service company. We are currently in Pune, Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, Calcutta, Goa, and also in Dubai. Now, if I have to send somebody to Dubai, I have to send somebody.
I have to send. Yes.
So I will see the right guy and guy or girl and then send them. But
Correct.
if somebody tells me कि boss traveling है तो मुझे नहीं जमेगा, so then obviously that's another.
It's a put off. It's a put off.
Yeah.
Yes, such a correct and such a deep answer. Sir, I meet a lot of freshers or Gen Z candidates with growing awareness around sustainability and wellness. So how can young professionals contribute to such causes within your two startups?
So first of all, start from yourself, from your home. It starts. So ते म्हणतो ना आपण दान धर्म घरून सुरू झाला पाहिजे. तशातलाच प्रकार आहे हा. So if you go and open your cupboard today, you will find attires that you have not worn even once. Okay. Then there'll be attires that you had bought 5 to 6 years back, which you have worn once or twice or whatever, but they're still lying in your cupboard, doing nothing.
Yes.
So first of all, start from there. Pick up that, make a good bunch of it, and look for any Tailor Smart drive happening in one of these companies and go and donate that. So sustainability starts from there. Because if you're able to do that, then the other things will follow. Your slow fashion attitude will come. A lot of these other things that we are talking about in sustainability will start coming. But पहले तो वो साफ करना है. जो पड़ा हुआ है मेरे घर में भी था. I mean, in my house also I had clothes that I had not worn. But now that I know that it can be put to good use for somebody, it's worthwhile giving a shot. Just go and open your wardrobe and see how many of the shirts or t-shirts or trousers you have not worn for years.
Correct. Sir, coming back again to recruitment, hiring process and all, sometime back you had, you mentioned very rightly about, attitude of the candidate, the curiosity of the candidate, his learnability. But then, sir, Mike, there is one more question, attached to this only. Sir, do you believe attitude, curiosity, learnability, do you still believe that this can be more valuable than a stronger resume, which is, equipped with, fancy degrees and, skill sets and lot of experience, so how do you balance between these two?
So degrees have their own requirement and their own charm. So I am a firm believer that the Indian education system, the foundation that it gives, I think no country in the world can give this. Otherwise, the biggies like Satya Nadella or Sundar Pichai were being born.
Yes.
Now,
We do have our loopholes, but then yes, what you said is absolutely right, sir. Yes, carry on.
My personal philosophy there is that they got the perfect foundation here in India.
Yes.
And then they got an opportunity to express themselves in the US.
Yes.
And that's how, they great. Because in India, there is no value for expression in some sense. So soft skills जे आहेत ते इंडियामध्ये खूप कमी वापरले पण जातात आणि शिकवले पण जातात. पण आपण बघतो की 80% of your success, and this is not me saying, there is a Carnegie Mellon or some report which was there which said that 80% of your success actually depends on your soft skill and only 20% on your knowledge. But that 20% knowledge the foundation also plays a very, very important role as to what you can communicate. आपण म्हणतो ना, a good doctor is only when he can communicate what he knows. Otherwise, he knows everything. He's not telling you anything. He's just giving you medicine. You will not appreciate that. You might not go back to him as well. But somebody who is able to articulate it well for you, even a lawyer, right? Why he is putting this XYZ clause, why he is not putting this XYZ clause. If it is known to you, you start respecting that far more, or start even trusting that far more. So my 2 cents on this is that you cannot take the education system away from this. I will tell you my experience at IIM Ahmedabad. I did not do my PGP there, but I did my management development programs there, multiple of them. And once you go there, only then you know why it is called the MECAA of management, because of the fact that, the kind of case studies that you do, the knowledgeable insights that you get from all the faculties, when you have already solved the case, you realize, this was a Samsung case study. Till that time, you don't even know it was a Samsung case study or any other case study. So, point I'm making is that there is a lot of wealth of knowledge which we can, acquire through our studies, if we take them seriously.
Correct.
But at the same time, you have to be able to express and put forward those things that you have learned. So it's a delicate balance. I may not give it 80-20, but I will definitely give it a 50-50 or a 60-40 kind of a balance that you have to maintain.
Very correct, sir, and very rightly articulated. Sir, I come to the last but not the least. Sir, one piece of advice: how can freshers prepare themselves to be job ready for startups like Tailor Smart or Brunch Bites?
Sir, by only knowing what we do till the T, मतलब A से लेके Z तक हम क्या करते हैं, उसके बारे में knowledge acquire करना is the first step. So we all hear these stories about, the लाकूड वाल्याची story जे आपण ऐकायचो, he spent so many hours in sharpening his sword. It is still relevant today. Nothing has changed. AI आएगा, वो आएगा, but that thing will not change. The amount of effort that you put in preparing yourself, in the right direction, obviously, you will always stand.
Right.
You will always stand up. A lot of my candidates that have come to me and said, you guys are same as Myntra, right? I mean, you guys do the same thing as Myntra, right? And so many people have come and said, you guys are same as XYZ. And I had to tell them, boss, please go back. I have sent you the videos. Please go through them once again. If you have any questions, WhatsApp me. I will respond to you. But do not come with an impression that you have about us or anybody, any company.
Yes.
Right? We need to know what the company does, how are they different, what are their USPs, etc., then to demand or ask for a job. Otherwise, you are just you're just fooling yourself. So that's my only advice, actually. I don't have any other advice to give to the young minds, because they are already bright minds that we have in India. I have a huge respect and this thing for the young talent that India is producing, because I have worked with, thanks to having shifted from my corporate life to this line, I get to work with a lot of youngsters who are just out of college, etc. So I see that there is clearly an edge that India will have going forward because of our younger population. But yes, they lack that deep dive somewhere. They lack that deep dive where they need to go deeper, understand deeper. I think somewhere even the social media, etc., also is to blame there, to reduce our focus time to a great extent.
Right. Yes.
That's how things work.
Yes, such an in-depth answer, sir. That was the last question of this episode, and we move on to the next section, which I called it as rapid fire questions section, wherein I expect you to answer either in one word or one short sentence, as extempore and as quickly as possible. My first question to you goes to you right now. Corporate life or startup life, what excites you more?
Startup life.
Great. a leadership lesson you will swear by from your early startup days?
Early startup days, leadership lesson. I think dirty your hands. You can't do anything without dirtying your hands.
Correct.
And I'll give it a little longish answer here because I've come from a well-achieved corporate career. Had been there, done that type of career, and then suddenly you see somebody telling you to do something which you've never done in your life, right? I mean, go to somebody's house to see what the tailor can do, for example. जहाँ पे बैठने के लिए कुर्सी नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है. So dirtying your hand was the first lesson that I got, and
Great.
hit the ground.
Yes, sir. What's harder, managing customers, managing teams, or managing yourself?
I think managing teams in these three.
Okay.
Managing
Yes.
teams,
Yes.
very difficult.
Yes.
Customers are good people. And managing yourself is also possible,
Yes,
but managing teams is challenging.
If somebody of the staff is listening, then guys, please take this in the right way.
So they also have to manage team. Now we are a 58-member team, so they also have teams to manage.
Okay, right. Very well handled, sir. Anyways, the best career advice you have ever received?
Oh, the best career advice I have ever received is don't only do sales. So then I moved to strategy, then I moved to marketing, and then I went to head of business and so on and so forth. So एक ही चीज करना is great. You will be good at it, and touchwood, my sales career has been phenomenal. I mean, I've had an excellent sales career. But once I received that advice, my growth trajectory became far bigger. I mean, I changed roles and things. So I think वो पुराने जमाने में होता था शायद कि you have to be master at one thing and you can achieve great. But in today's world, you need to know everything.
Yes. Sir, your biggest professional risk you have ever taken, and what did it teach you?
So I am a civil engineer who never practiced civil engineering, sold telecom products. When the entire telecom world was going towards mobile, I went towards landline. So I have always taken risks in life. So right. And all of them were paid off, touch wood. So I'm saying that you have to take risks.
Yes.
That is the biggest thing.
Yes.
If you don't take risk, then there is a problem. But as long as you are taking risk, don't worry about it.
Correct. Sir, tell me one fashion trend you wish should make a comeback.
Fashion trend that should make a comeback. I think it has already made. I always used to like the slim fits, so that has made a comeback. And the bell bottoms also have made a comeback.
Yes.
And dhotis have also made a comeback. So yes. I don't recollect any fashion trend that has not come back actually. Now there is Nehru stroke Modi jackets already trending. So I think everything has made a comeback.
I think you have answered it right. Sir, if you would not be an entrepreneur, what you would be doing today?
Good question. I think I would be relaxing at my home in Goa. So wow. I have Goa house in Goa, so I would be relaxing there.
Wow.
So we are not. So people call us laid back and all of that, but I think we are content.
Yes. What more do you want in life, sir? Last question of this episode. Sir, tell me one trait you always look for, when hiring someone in your team. Right, one trait
Honesty.
which you. Sorry.
Honesty.
Yes. क्या बात है. So, viewers, with this, we come to the end of this particular episode, and that wraps up today's episode of Let's Hear It From. A big thank you to Pritam Onsker sir for sharing his incredible journey and insights from leadership, sustainability, and the courage to start over. So, viewers, if you have enjoyed this conversation, please don't forget to follow our podcast and share it with someone who's already building their career story. I am your host, Ajay Ankar, and thank you so much for listening to Let's Hear It From, where we bring you real stories, real lessons, and real inspiration. Thank you so much. Bye for now, and see you soon in the next episode of Let's Hear It From.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
Lovely talk.
Yes. छान झालं सर. एक मिनिट, लेट मी जस्ट